Welcome back to my channel, and today we are talking about something that quietly controls your choices, your stress, your freedom, and ultimately your future. And no, this conversation is not simply about earning money. It is about understanding how money actually works, how it behaves, and why some people seem to escape the struggle while others remain trapped for decades. Because the truth most people never hear is that money is not luck, not talent, not even intelligence. It is a game, a structured system with rules, levels, strategies, penalties, and rewards. And the harsh reality is that the majority of people spend their entire lives playing this game without ever learning the rules. They work hard, stay busy, remain tired, and yet never move forward because effort without understanding does not lead to progress. It only leads to exhaustion, while those who appear wealthy are not necessarily working harder. They are simply playing the game with awareness, strategy, and patience, something the education system never teaches because schools train people to be employees, not players. They teach obedience, grades, and routines, but ignore cash flow, leverage, systems, asset building, mindset conditioning, and value creation. So from childhood, people are taught to follow a narrow path of study, job, salary, savings, and retirement, while hoping nothing goes wrong. But hope is not a strategy, and survival is not success. And until you shift how you see money, you will always chase it instead of attracting it. Which brings us to the first principle of the money game. Stop wasting your mental energy tracking other people's progress, because comparison is one of the most powerful distractions ever created. It pulls your attention away from your own growth and traps you in emotional reactions. People see someone driving a better car or living a better life and instantly label it as luck, privilege, or unfairness, instead of asking what skills, risks, and decisions created that outcome. And while observation can be educational, obsession is destructive. Because time spent judging others is time stolen from building yourself. Jealousy disguised as criticism quietly drains ambition, weakens focus, and replaces action with excuses, while winners use the same 24 hours to read, practice, experiment, fail, rebuild, and improve in silence. Understanding that the game does not reward spectators, it rewards participants. And life may not be fair, but it is still playable if you choose to move instead of complain. Because the moment you accept responsibility for your position, you regain the power to change it. And once you stop watching the board and start moving your own pieces, progress begins. Which leads directly into the second rule of wealth. Money does not flow to effort, it flows to problem solving. The market does not pay people for being busy or tired, it pays people for removing pain, saving time, reducing confusion, or creating results. Every major company, creator, investor, and entrepreneur became valuable by identifying a problem others hated dealing with and offering a better solution. And while not everyone needs to build billion-dollar companies, everyone can solve real problems at their own level. Whether that means helping businesses communicate better, helping individuals learn faster, helping people improve health, confidence, organization, or productivity. Because income grows in direct proportion to the size and urgency of the problem you solve. Yet most people avoid difficult problems because they fear discomfort, failure, or uncertainty, not realizing that difficulty is the entry fee for higher rewards. And every problem you face or notice is a disguised opportunity to learn a skill, build a service, or create value, which is why problems should be viewed as invitations rather than obstacles, because those who run toward challenges eventually become indispensable, and indispensable people are never broke. Now, here is where many people misunderstand wealth entirely. If money is your only target, you will never feel satisfied, because money without meaning creates anxiety, not fulfillment. People who obsess over money alone make short-term decisions, jump between ideas, chase quick wins, and live in constant fear of loss, while those who focus on mastery, service, and long-term value naturally attract money as a side effect. Because when your identity is built around becoming useful, skilled, and impactful, income becomes a reflection of who you are rather than something you desperately chase. Money is not a destination. It is a tool, and tools require purpose. Without purpose, even large incomes feel empty, which is why the most fulfilled and financially secure people are driven by impact first and profit second. Because when you commit to learning deeply, serving honestly, and building patiently, wealth compounds quietly over time. And contrary to popular belief, you do not need to be exceptionally smart to succeed financially. Intelligence without action produces nothing, while consistency beats talent every time. History repeatedly shows that those who move quickly, test ideas, adapt after failure, and stay persistent outperform those who wait to feel ready. Because readiness is a myth, and progress only comes through motion. The market rewards behavior, not potential. And being average but disciplined will always outperform being brilliant but inactive. Because wealth is built through repetition, not perfection. And behind every financial outcome is a belief system silently shaping decisions, actions, and risk tolerance. Many people unknowingly operate with negative money, programming inherited from family, school, or society. Hearing messages like money is bad, rich people are greedy, success changes people, or wealth is difficult to achieve. And these beliefs quietly sabotage progress by creating guilt, fear, hesitation, and avoidance. So even when opportunities appear, the mind rejects them, which is why changing income without changing beliefs rarely works long term, because your internal equation always produces the same results, until you consciously rewrite it by replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones that see money as a neutral tool, value as learnable, and abundance as something earned through contribution. Because once beliefs shift, behavior shifts, and behavior ultimately determines income. And when you start viewing problems as potential value instead of inconveniences, you unlock a powerful lens. Every complaint, inefficiency, frustration, or unmet need is a business seed waiting for someone willing to act. And while most people complain, builders observe, test, and offer solutions even on a small scale. Understanding that all large successes begin with simple problem solving repeated consistently. And as you grow, relying on a single income source becomes one of the biggest risks you can take in a volatile world. Because job security is an illusion, and financial resilience comes from diversification, not dependency. Building multiple income streams does not require working endlessly. It requires stacking efforts intelligently, using one source to fund the creation of the next, whether through skills, investments, digital products, or scalable platforms. Because wealth is built by converting income into systems, not expenses. Yet true success is not extreme sacrifice or endless accumulation. It is balance, enjoying the rewards of your effort without guilt while continuing to build responsibly, because money is meant to enhance life, not replace it. And understanding assets, liabilities, and cash flow is essential if you want control instead of confusion. Assets generate income, liabilities consume it, and cash flow determines whether you move forward or backward regardless of how much you earn, which is why managing money intelligently matters more than earning a high salary. And hard work alone is not enough without systems, because systems create consistency, reduce decision fatigue, and allow growth beyond personal effort, while skills remain your greatest leverage in any economy, transferable, adaptable, and always in demand. Those who continuously sharpen their skills remain powerful regardless of circumstances. And finally, every player loses at some point. Losses are not signs to quit. They are lessons that refine strategy, because quitting is the only true failure. Time is the most valuable resource, not money. And those who master time by focusing on high-value activities, thinking long-term, and expanding their mindset inevitably see income follow. Because money always moves toward clarity, competence, and confidence. And now that you understand the rules, the question is no longer whether the game is real. The question is whether you will continue watching from the sidelines or step onto the board and play with intention, discipline, and belief. Because money is not cruel, it is skill-based, and those who learn, adapt, and persist eventually win.